Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Matt Beitcher. Let's take a look at your current conditions right now. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, and it's not even 10:30 in the morning. So it is definitely a warm start and a muggy start to your work week. Taking a look quickly at the weather alerts, there's a small craft advisory for the southern facing beaches and the Jersey Shore. So if you're going out into a small boat today, do take precautions when you go out there. It's going to be a bit of a rough surf when you go out to the ocean. Other than that, there's nothing. People were asking why is there no heat advisory? Why is there no air quality alert? It's because we haven't had sustained heat and humidity. It has to be more than a day. It has to be 2 straight days of heat and humidity factoring in to feel like 95 to 100 degrees for a heat advisory to be given. Since we only have 1 day, no heat advisory. That's simple as that. Taking a look at radar, there is nothing really to report except for some high clouds that are moving through as well, so you're going to see those throughout the day. This storm system behind us and west of us, I should say, moving its way eastward, will stay away from us for most of the day, and will come in around 5 o'clock. But as I said, for the most part, 93 degrees, sun and clouds. The late strong storm will come around 4 or 5 o'clock, and the humidity is still there. Tonight, the showers roll out. 74 degrees will be the low. The clouds will start to thin out and clear by midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. On the allergy report, the grass are in moderate levels. That mold count's still very high. Weeds are still low, and the trees have gone from our air. There are no more tree pollen in the air. They've stopped pollinating for the rest of the year, so we don't have to worry about that. On the Sound and shore, as I said, no advisories on the inward-facing beaches, so the shore and the river, they're fine. However, on the ocean, 2 to 5 feet waves, there is a small craft advisory, and the UV index at a 10, which is very high, so wear sunscreen if you're going to go out to the beaches or the pool today. Waves, as I said, 1 foot on the Sound, 2 to 5 on the ocean. Water temperature is really nice, 72 to 77 degrees, so definitely a nice day to go to the beach and stand very close to the shore. Not a great day to go out swimming. The surf is a little too rough for most of us. This is the feels like temperature. This is basically heat and humidity combined to give you what it would feel like in the shade. This does not factor in sunshine and sun intensity and all that, so it would feel a lot worse actually in the sunshine. 92 degrees in Greenberg, that's what it feels like, not what it actually is. Around 3 o'clock, 94 in Ossing, 94 in Armonk, so and 95 in Yonkers, can't forget Yonkers. So as it tops out around 3 o'clock and then starts to decrease as the day goes on. So definitely a warm and muggy feeling, and in the sunshine probably will feel more like 100. So do be careful if you're going to be in the sunshine. Stay in shade, stay indoors really for most of this day unless you're near the beaches and getting some relief from the heat. On the severe outlook, we have a slight risk for severe weather. That's straight line wind damage, hail, tornado possibly, but I don't think we're going to get any tornadoes. We're right on the border, right over here. That is not going, we were actually not included in the slight risk on the last run of this map. This current run does include us, so they're tracking it a bit south, I think, on the SPC. For the future cast, we can see as this front moves through, you can see the front right here spining right up around Connecticut, down Westchester, and into the tri-state area. You can see that it's starting to break up according to Futurecast, so that could happen, and it's definitely a possibility as the cold front approaches the shore. It could break up, and we've seen that happen in the past. We get one more kick around 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the morning, then the clouds go through. We have a beautiful stretch of weather for Tuesday into Wednesday as we take a look at the 7-day outlook. Tuesday, 87 degrees. The humidity goes down a little bit, but it really goes down on Wednesday, and so does the temperature. 83 degrees, that's the winner for this week and really for this season. It's just going to be a gorgeous day. Cool, low humidity. It's going to be a nice day to get out and go to the beach or do any outdoor activity, really. Thursday, we warm up to 88 degrees and the humidity starts to increase. Friday, we start our possible heat wave, 91 degrees. Saturday, 92 degrees, sun in the morning with a possible thunderstorm later on moving into Sunday. Possible thunderstorm moving into that day as well with temperatures in the low 90s. So definitely part of a heat wave coming our way for this weekend. Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Matt Beitcher. Let's take a look at your current conditions right now. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, and it's not even 10:30 in the morning on this Monday morning. So it's definitely a warm and muggy start to your work week. Taking a look at the weather alerts, we have one, just a small craft advisory for the southern-facing beaches, so the Jersey Shore, Long Island, South Shore. You do have to be careful if you're going to go out into a small boat or anything like that, or even go swimming on the Jersey Shore or LBI or something like that. It's going to be a bit of a rough chop. There is a high risk for rip current, so be careful in the ocean if you go out today. There's no air quality alert and there's no heat advisory. Why is that? Heat advisories are given when there are two concurrent days of or consecutive days of heat that are heat index over 95 degrees, which means it feels like over 95 degrees. just today, not tomorrow. So we don't get that 2-day in a row, so there's no heat advisory. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't take precaution because it is pretty hot out there with humidity. Taking a look at the satellite and radar, you can see the clouds are starting to build from the west, the high to mid-level clouds that are associated with this cold front, which I'm going to show you just right now. This cold front, which is moving through western New York and starting to make its way into the tri-state area, that will be our rainmaker for later today. For the most part, however, 93 degrees, sun and clouds. The strong storms will start around 4 o'clock, so definitely a nice day to get out to the beach before the storms come through. They'll make their way through and last on and off until about midnight or 1 in the morning when they start to dissipate and the clouds disappear. 74 degrees will be your low. On the allergy report, there are still high levels of grass and mold count, and the weeds are still low. Trees are gone for this season. There's no more pollination for the trees, so we don't have to worry about that. On the sand and sound, as I said, no advisories on the inward-facing beaches, so the sound and the river are okay, but the ocean, 2 to 5 foot waves, so be careful, and a high risk of rip current. So not a great day to go out swimming or surfing or longboarding on the beaches. UV index at a 10, which is very high, so if you're doing anything outdoors, wear sunscreen. And that water temperature, though, it's going to be a beautiful 72 to 77 degrees. So get out to the beaches, but just be careful in the ocean. Always swim with a lifeguard, of course. Now, this is the feels like map. This is what it feels like with the heat and the humidity factored in together. This does not factor in sunshine. So all these temperatures that we're showing you are in the shade. Again, heat plus humidity. 92 degrees in Greenberg, that's what it feels like, not what it is. In Ossining, 94, Armonk, 94 as well, Yonkers, 95. So in the shade, it feels like these temperatures, this is around 3 o'clock where they top off. Then they start to taper down a little bit, of course, because the sun goes down, and also because the cold front moves through around 3 or 4 o'clock. So the temperatures are definitely going to decrease. On the severe outlook, the slight risk of severe weather right here, this yellow swath of that's covering most of the Northeast. That has now been expanded to include our area, include Westchester, not really the tri-state area, the 5 boroughs, or New Jersey, or southern New Jersey, I should say, but northern New Jersey and Westchester and the Hudson Valley have been included in that slight risk. Now let's take a look at futurecast. The cold front moves through. You can see that front of clouds move through. The model is showing that it's going to start breaking up, and that's definitely possible as it approaches the shore. The cold front could break up and all the moisture could just dissipate. So we might not get a steady slam of showers, but some people will definitely get some heavy downpours at times. We'll get one more kick on the way out on Monday night into Tuesday morning, and then we just have beautiful weather for the rest of the week. Taking a look at the 7-day outlook, it's at 87 degrees, mostly sunny skies. The humidity drops a little bit. Wednesday, definitely the best day of the week and possibly one of the best of the summer. 83 degrees, sunny skies. The humidity is very low and no chance of showers, so it's going to be a great day on Wednesday. Thursday, we start to warm up and the humidity creeps back up, a high of 88. Then we start our heat wave. 91 degrees on Friday with the humidity high. Saturday, 92. The humidity comes to a head, and so does the risk of thunderstorms. They continue on into Sunday morning with a high of 90 degrees. Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Matt Beitcher. Let's take a look at your current conditions. Right now, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s as we start our work week, as we start on Monday morning. So definitely a warm start and a humid start to this Monday. We take a look quickly at the weather alerts. There is a small craft advisory for the southern-facing beaches, which is Long Island, of course, the South Shore, and the Jersey Shore. That's because of the offshore storm that we have and the wind, the southeasterly flow that's bringing in all this wind. So if you're in a small boat today, if you're going to be boating on the South Shore on Long Island, or on LBI or the Jersey Shore, do be careful. There is no heat advisory because we haven't had 2 consecutive days of temperatures or real field temperatures around 95 to 100 degrees. We only have this one today, so we don't get the heat advisory. But that doesn't mean to not take precautions. It's still very hot and very humid out. We take a look at the satellite and radar. There's some high clouds coming in from the west, but other than that, it's a pretty nice day if you step outside. Moving out into the northeast, you see this band of showers, this very large cold front. We actually have a bit of another storm system moving right here, but this cold front is going to be the rainmaker. It's going to move through our area later today. But for the most part, sun and clouds, a high of 93 degrees. The storms will come around 4 or 5 o'clock, and they will not last long. They'll continue into tonight with a low of 74 degrees, and the clouds will start around start dissipating around 1 o'clock in the morning. On the allergy report, the grasses and mold are still in moderate to high counts. The weed count is still low from yesterday, and the trees are gone. They are not pollinating anymore, so we don't have to worry about them for the rest of this summer. On the sand and sound, as I said, no advisories on the inward-facing beaches. The sound and the river are fine. On the ocean, the wave height is 2 to 5 feet, so not a great day to go swimming, in my opinion. And as well as the wind at 10 to 20 knots, it just exasperates that, and the high risk of rip current. So on the UV index, that's also at a 10, which is very high, so you have to be careful if you're doing anything outside. Even if you're standing outside for 5 minutes online, or you're walking to the store or something, be careful. Wear sunscreen. It is very, very intense out with the UV rays. The water temperature is a very inviting 72 to 77 degrees, so a nice day to get out to the ocean and beat the heat, but be careful when you step into the ocean. Stay close to the shore. On the feels like temperature, this is heat plus humidity combined to give you what it would feel like in the shade. This, again, does not factor in sunshine. Sunshine makes it feel a lot worse, so really near 100. Ossining at 94 degrees, 95 in Yonkers, Greenberg at 92, 94 for Armonk, and 92 for Bedford. So definitely this is what it feels like, again, not what it is, and this is including the humidity, so it's what it feels like outside, and definitely a warm, that's around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then it starts tapering off, of course, because the sun goes down, so all the heat goes away. And we see it goes down back into the 70s and for Tuesday. Severe outlook, there's a slight risk for severe weather, this yellow shaded region here in the Northeast. We've just been included in that region now, so we do have the slight risk for severe weather, which are straight line wind damage, hail, and a possibility of tornadoes. You can see on Futurecast the cold front moving through this band of showers right here. It starts to break up on Futurecast, so that's absolutely possible as it approaches the colder waters. It does start to break apart, and the moisture kind of dissipates. So that's absolutely possible, but as you can see on Futurecast, definitely a possibility in Westchester for spot showers and isolated thunderstorm. One more kick on the way out on Monday night into Tuesday morning, and then we just get beautiful weather for the rest of our work week. Taking a look at the 7-day outlook, 87 degrees, mostly sunny skies on Tuesday. Humidity still there, but not as bad. Wednesday is the best day of the week, 83 degrees, sunny skies. If you pick a day to skip work, pick that day. It's going to be one of the best of the summer. We start to warm up and we start to get more moisture in the air, 88 degrees on Thursday. Then our heat wave begins, 91 on Friday, 92 on Saturday, with the risk of thunderstorms, which lasts into Sunday morning, and also a high of 90 degrees. Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Matt Beitcher. Let's take a look at your current conditions right now. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. It's just about 10:30, so definitely a warm start and a humid start to your work week. We take a look quickly at the weather alerts. There's a small craft advisory for the southern-facing beaches, south shore of Long Island and LBI and the Jersey Shore. That is because of the southeasterly flow that's bringing us a lot of wind and kicking up a lot of surf and rip currents. There's actually 2 to 5 foot waves on parts of the ocean, so be careful of that. Now, what you don't see is the heat advisories and the air quality alerts. They're not there today. The air quality alerts, it's up to the state whether or not they will issue it. It's not that bad outside. The humidity isn't that bad, so they're not going to issue an air quality alert this late in the day. And also, the heat advisory is not going to be issued because you need 2 consecutive days of heat indexes, which is real field temperatures, over 95 degrees, so between 95 and 100 degrees. We don't have that. We have that today, but not tomorrow, and we didn't have it yesterday. So we don't have 2 consecutive days, so no heat advisory. But be careful if you go out anyway. Take a look at the satellite and radar as you move through. As these clouds start to move through the area, we can see to our west the culprit is this storm system right here, this cold front, which is moving its way through western and central New York, and has its target on our area later today. Not much today in the daytime. 93 degrees, sun and clouds. A late strong storm will come around 4 or 5 o'clock, and that will continue into tonight, 74 degrees, with an early shower and storm and a decreasing clouds as the night goes on. Maybe around 1 o'clock in the morning, we should see everything finally finish up. On the allergy report, the grasses and mold are in moderate to high levels. That weed count is still low, so that's pretty good for weed sufferers. And the tree count is absolutely none. They've stopped pollinating for the season. Their season is over, so we don't have to worry about that if you're a tree allergy sufferer. On the sand and sound, there are no advisories on the inward-facing beaches, so the sound and the river are okay, but the ocean is very bad. There is a small risk rip current, a high risk rip current, a small craft advisory, and waves 2 to 5 feet. So be careful if you go out into the ocean. Really not a great day to go swimming deeper into the ocean. That UV index at 10, which is very high. So if you're going out at any point today for more than 5 minutes and you're going to be exposed in sunlight, wear sunscreen. It's going to be very bad and very intense today, but that water temperature is beautiful, 72 to 77 degrees. So a great day to get out to the beach and cool off and beat the heat. Taking a look at the feels like temperature, this is the temperature it would be with the humidity mixed in. This is what it feels like on your skin. 92 degrees in Greenberg around 3 o'clock, and Yonkers 95. This is where it tops out for today. 94 over in Armonk, 94 in Ossining, and 94 over in Cortland. So definitely a warm day, and then it starts to cool down as the night goes on. On the severe outlook, there's a slight risk for severe weather, this yellow shaded region in the northeast. We've just been included in that shaded region, so definitely have to be careful and be aware of the severe weather that could come in later today. We see it on Futurecast as it goes through the area. The cold front moves through, and we see the pop-up showers that are starting to break up according to Futurecast. So it's not a definite that we're going to see a whole front of showers move through, maybe just isolated storms, but they will be heavy at times. We'll get one more kick on the way out on Monday into Tuesday, and then the rest of the week looks fantastic, especially Wednesday. Taking a look at the 7-day outlook, 87 degrees on Tuesday with mostly sunny skies, but the humidity is still there, but not as bad as today. 83 on Wednesday. If you pick a day to skip work or school or whatever, this is the day. Sunny skies, 83 degrees, low humidity. It's just a great day to get out and do whatever you need to do. On Thursday, the humidity comes back, and so does the heat. 88 degrees, 91. We start our heat wave on Friday with more humidity. Humidity and heat come to a head on Saturday with isolated thunderstorms later in the day into Sunday, I should say, with a high of 90 degrees. Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Matt Beitcher. Let's take a look at your current conditions. Right now, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, and it's not even 11 o'clock yet. It is definitely a very warm start and a very muggy start to your Monday morning. Taking a look very quickly at the weather alerts, there is a small craft advisory in effect for the southern-facing beaches of Long Island as well as the Jersey Shore. That's because of a southeasterly flow that's bringing us a lot of heavy waves or high waves and high risk for rip current. So definitely not a great day to go out swimming in the ocean. It's not going to be very safe for you. But other than that, we have no heat advisories and no high heat warnings and anything like that. We need 2 consecutive days of real field temperatures over 95 to get those warnings. Taking a look at satellite and radar, really nothing to show. As we zoom out, this is the real story. This cold front, which is moving its way through the Ohio River Valley in central New York, and will be making its way into our area shortly. But for today, the most part of today, 93 degrees, sun and clouds, so a nice day to get out to the beach. It's definitely be a warm one and a muggy one. The strong storms come in around 4 or 5 o'clock, and they last throughout the night. The clouds will start to decrease around 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. 74 degrees will be your low for tonight. On the algae report, the grass and mold in moderate to high levels. That weed count is still low, and the trees have stopped pollinating for the year, so they are out of our air. On the Sand and Sound, there are no advisories on the inward-facing beaches, so the Sound and the river, they're fine. But as I said, the ocean-facing beaches, there is a small craft advisory, and the waves are 2 to 5 feet, 1 foot on the Sound, however. UV index is at a 10, very high. Wear sunscreen if you're doing anything outside. If you're standing outside for more than 5 minutes, you could get burned after 10. So it's very, very likely that you will get burned. So be careful, wear sunscreen, or stay indoors if you don't want to wear the sunscreen. That water temperature is 72 to 77 degrees. It's just gorgeous. It's just a great day to get out to the beach and beat the heat and humidity. Taking a look at the field-like temperature, this is what it feels like with the heat and the humidity mixed in. This is, again, in the shade, however. This doesn't factor in sunshine, doesn't factor in the UV rays hitting your skin. So it's definitely a lot hotter in the sun. But in the shade, 92 degrees in Greenberg, 94 in Ossining, 95 in Yonkers, 94 up in Cortland, and 94 in Armonk. So definitely a warm feeling. That's around 3 o'clock. It tops out, and then it starts to taper off as the night goes on, obviously, because the sun sets. On the severe outlook, there's a slight risk of severe weather for our area. We were actually just included in the severe weather outlook. So we have to keep in mind that there could be some damaging winds and hail coming from this storm system, which I'll show you right now on Futurecast. It moves right through our area very quickly around 5 or 6 o'clock. We see there's a chance that it'll start to break up as it approaches the colder shore, and it's going to bring with it, however, a lot of moisture. The moisture might dissipate, but isolated areas could get some thunderstorms and heavy downpours. We get one more kick on the way out Monday night into Tuesday morning, and then we just have a gorgeous stretch of weather for the rest of our work week as we take a look at the 7-day outlook. 87 degrees on Thursday. The sunny skies return, and the humidity is still there, unfortunately, just a little bit. Not as bad as today, though. Wednesday is definitely the best day of the week and possibly one of the best of the season. 83 degrees. The humidity is bone dry. Not that much humidity in the air at all, and sunny skies. Not even a chance of a thunderstorm or a shower. Not even that much of a cloud. It's going to be a great day. If you pick a day to skip, let it be that day. On Thursday, we start to see the heat come back up, as well as the humidity high of 88 degrees. Friday, 91 degrees. We start our our heat wave for the weekend. 92 degrees, the humidity returns, the isolated risk of thunderstorms comes back around Saturday night into Sunday morning, and Saturday will feature 90 degrees, completing our heat wave.